Yes, can you able to see the screen now?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. I'll go. Um, Very good evening, one and all, and I welcome each one of you for today's webinar session. And we had more than 270 webinars, and today it is an important session. I can use an orator, and he is very good in Tamil. I can say Tamil orator, and he is very good in doing that counseling and other components. And when I was started my institution, I never had second thought. There are many people who were there in our in my institution, and he is the one I thought I have to have him. Such a quality person, he is having that commitment, and today he is going to present one of the important topic. Uh, One of the important topic he is going to present today. I welcome Mr. Nizamuddin Yunis of counseling psychologist of Buddhi Clinic from Chennai, on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, Madurai, on behalf of the other hosting institutions like Madras School of Social Work, M.H. Shalamurthy Institute, Madurai, Redmond Education Psychology Research Center. I welcome today's speaker Nizamuddin for today's webinar session. I also welcome all the participants over here. Without your, I think we cannot reach this many days. We cannot travel in that, promoting mental health and giving information, knowledge regarding that psychological component. Thank you all for your support. I welcome each one of you from my bottom of my heart. Now I request the core team member, Dr. Chandra, to introduce the speaker to all the audience over here. Over to you, Dr. Chandra.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the core team, I'm immensely happy to welcome Mr. Nizamuddin Yunis, the founder of Veni Vidi Vici School of Training, and he's also a consultant psychologist at Buddhi Clinic. He has got versatile faces. He is a counseling psychologist, researcher, writer, social activist, professional orator, motivational speaker, and a life skills trainer. He has had his degree, both master's and bachelor's in psychology. He has got 8 years of experience in training people from adolescents to geriatrics. He has got 11 years of experience in public speaking. He has won 27 awards for this. He has provided 650 plus training programs, having trained 50,000 people in his career. It is a huge achievement. He was also a leader for the opposition party in Yuva Parliament 2017 at IIM Rohtak. He has held many positions in Rotaract clubs and Lions clubs during many years. He has also worked on women empowerment. He is a motivational speaker and he has been handling sessions on premarital counseling, leadership, personality development, and geriatric counseling. He has worked with underprivileged students from different institutions and different communities. He has completed successfully a social work project on successful aging. And he has also been offered trainings at Sri Lankan refugee camps for children. He provided training for adolescents on interpersonal skills and leadership qualities. He has provided also telecounseling through 104 helpline for students. He has offered training also to the Indian Coastal Guard. He has provided also training to the headmasters of different schools in Madurai in understanding adolescents and their behaviors. Having had such vast experience and rich credentials, we are very happy to have you here, sir. The floor is yours. Thank you very much for being here.
So, wonderful good evening. So, thank you so much for warm welcoming Chandra, my former colleague on Education and Psychological Research Center. My great thanks to Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, Professor, my ex-boss, after completion of college, first ever job recruited by Dr. Suresh Kumar. It's a great, vast experience for my so many achievements in my life. He played a major role. Thank you so much, sir, for it, and thank you for welcoming me for this amazing, record-breaking mental health webinar series session. So thank you so much. All the participants, in spite of Nivar cyclone is going on, we took an initiative to be here. Though the climate is very soothing and very relaxing, if people are, please bear
There's a
with me.
comment in the box. They are saying that your volume is low.
My volume is low. Is it now?
Yeah, now it is better.
Yeah. Thank you so much for all the participants for being here. Though the Nivar cyclone is going on, you people make your time here. We'll see the next 40 minutes. Bear with me. We'll use this maximum in a productive way. Yeah. Thank you so much, Suresh Kumar sir. Once again, thank you, Chandra, for amazing introduction. Yes. Yeah. Let's discuss a popular form of self-sabotage, a procrastination. Yeah. Next. What is procrastination? So procrastination is a self-defeating pattern of behavior to survive under pressure. So in definition of procrastination, which has evolved as a psychological mechanism, the tendency have been uncovered. It's a purposive delay in the start and completion of intended tasks with feelings of discomfort over postponing. In simple way, I want to tell you, it's just a person consciously waits and feels bad about it. Yeah, the next slide. Sir, yeah. So it's just a small GIF I want to share with you people. My life away. Keep on working on it. Just a fun GIF. Sorry. It's there. Yes. The next slide. Yeah. So everyone procrastinates. As I said, a self-defeating pattern of behavior to survive under pressure. So everyone procrastinates, but not everyone is a procrastinator. I think everyone agree with me for this. But some people are chronic procrastinators. So those chronic procrastinators, there is a US research where 20% of chronic procrastinators has been identified. They are usually procrastinates things in their workplace, in their home household chores, and in doing other assignments or in paying bills. But these chronic procrastinators are great excuse makers, and they let others bail them out from the difficult situations. They always try them for a social esteem protection most of the time. So that's all about procrastination. So we'll always, okay. Next we'll understand what is understanding the procrastination. What is procrastination? A procrastination, if we want to know about the types of procrastination, there are three types. One is a thrill seekers.
So we are not
Avoiders.
able to hear properly, sir. Sound is a problem.
Sir, am I audible or not?
Now it's better. Now better. Now better. Now better.
Oh, thank you so much. Is it okay now? Fine.
This is Chandra Nisamuddin, sir. We are able
Yeah.
to hear you very well. Clarity is perfect, but then and
Okay.
there the volume is just getting low. I think that is the issue that has to be taken care of.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much.
The voice is very clear, very clear. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Fine. Okay. As I said, the thrill seekers, avoiders, indecisive. So thrill seekers are people who does their job in the last minute. They feel very happy about and very excited about I finished this work before the last minute of finishing of the deadline. So that kind of personalities are there, and some people deliberately avoid certain tasks to do it, and other kind of people, they have a difficulty to take certain decision in life. So but we want to go deeply about why do we procrastinate. There are a lot of reasons for it, but most importantly, the procrastination is driven by a variety of thoughts and habits. Fundamentally, we avoid tasks or put them off because we don't believe that we will enjoy doing them and want to avoid making ourselves, or we fear we won't do it well. So all these reasons let us taking the behavior of procrastination. Most of the people, whoever feel confused about the task, the complexity of the task, for example, filing the task, taxes, IT related things, it's very complicated. It deals with numbers. So they procrastinate because of the confusions. Some people, due to some distractions or due to some fatigue behavior, they won't. Then why do people procrastinate? Many scholars says each researchers has various opinions. When I went through it, I found people fail to balance effectively tasks that need to be done. Is one kind of a people. So some people are a kind of a self-handicapping strategy, which means they blame a poor task performance on something possible, but other than oneself. And some kind of a people is results because of an anxiety, because of a fear, because of depression, because of perfectionism, because of passive aggressiveness, they tend to procrastinate. Right? So can you go back to the previous slide? Yeah, thank you, sir. Fine. Psychologists, roots of procrastination. I hope you people understand why we procrastinate. So now the psychological roots of procrastination is something people have identified various drivers for procrastination, from low self-confidence to anxiety, a lack of structure, a simply an inability to motivate oneself to do the task, to do the given task. Has also shown that a procrastination is closely linked to rumination, which means a deep or considered thought of something or becoming some fixated negative thoughts. It's not letting an individual to perform what he needs to do. So that is some psychological roots of the procrastination. So now, go back to the next slide, sir. Does it serve any purpose? Does it serve any purpose? Yeah, obviously, it's serving a psychological purpose. Especially for people with perfectionist tendencies, by protecting an individual against a fear of failure, judgment by others, and self-condemnation are all the purpose. Because avoiding unpleasant by devoting their work to some other task like a cleaning or organizing or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, what they want is the procrastinators should feel they spend time somehow productive, not unproductive. They have to focus on the task which has been planned, which has been assigned to them, rather focusing on something else for the consolation. And why we so sure that we will actually do something later? Predicting how we the future is called affective forecasting. See, now today the government of Tamil Nadu has predicted 2-3 days back itself that Nivar cyclone is going be here, so that is why the red alert, some precautionary measures, but some prediction, some we believe ourselves, for time being that we will do it later for sure. But most of the people tend to be very bad at it. For example, procrastinators may feel bad about not having exercised or some task has been done today, but immediately they raise their mood that they will do it tomorrow for sure. Though that will relieve the pressure for a moment, but definitely they have to pay for it. Next slide, sir. Who is most likely to procrastinate? Who is most likely to procrastinate? Everyone is most likely to procrastinate. So next slide, please. Yeah, go with it. There is a very interesting research that people who is most likely to procrastinate are those people who procrastinate hold different values than who do not. Yeah, because people who procrastinate, they give value more to their personal important things than strong ethic. They give more importance to their personal enjoyment aspect than the task which is assigned to them. Do what feel important to them than what has to be done for sure. So this kind of people always procrastinate, being very brave to put off things for some other day. At the same time, most importantly, the teen, the adolescents, they tend to procrastinate, all because of a parental authority, because of the family background, a family circumstances, nursing style of an individual at home setting. The most importantly, the passive resistance of delay is one way the adolescent may pull away from parental authority. It is increased independence and increased supervision, which brings them for the less structure and greater opportunity for distractions. But unlike adults, they also thinking the same, that they are overestimating their ability that we will finish it off in the last minute like a thrill seekers. So these are all some of the characteristics of the procrastinators, why they likely want to procrastinate things. So coming for consequences of procrastination. There are many consequences for procrastination. That's obvious. Okay, what are all the consequences? That's the question. Procrastination may relieve pressure in the moment, but it can steep the emotional, physical, and practical costs. Right? Students who procrastinate tend to get lower grades. Workers who procrastinate tend to produce a low quality of work. Habitual procrastinators who procrastinates, obviously their well-being has been significantly reduced in the form of insomnia, sleeplessness, or some immune system issues or gastrointestinal disturbances. So all these difficulties, issues will occur if the person procrastinates, because he's constantly thinking on, I will get caught soon. People will catch up me soon for my behavior. So all these are a part of the consequences. If you ask, is it bad for our health? Yes, obviously everyone. Yes. How it will make us disturbances through our health aspect? If you ask, procrastination when it comes to one's health by putting off exercises, the regular exercises which has been prescribed, which we have to do it for our physical fitness or mental peacefulness. But if we're not following properly, if we procrastinate in this aspect, definitely some irregularity, some inappropriateness will occur for sure. And also people who are in diet failing to commit to healthy eating can lead to a higher risk of hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Procrastinators are most likely to engage in self-blaming and disengage in wellness advices. So, cultivating a greater self-compassion could help such individuals begin better care of themselves in future. That has to be done for sure. There is a link between a procrastination and depression. Yes, all depressed people procrastinates, but not all procrastinators being depressed. Yes. So is there a link between? Yes, obviously, a procrastination, avoidance, a rumination are all common symptoms of depression. People with depression may struggle to plan ahead. They lose confidence. They don't know what they want to do. They have no clarity about their future. They couldn't able to follow the daily routine activities. So all those aspects is somehow make them to procrastinate, put off things, will do it later or some other day or on some auspicious day. So at the end of the day, what they will ask, that they tend to ask themselves, what's point in thinking? Nothing is going in a right way. How I can survive in this world? So that kind of a mentality would be there. So for this, the treatment approach is called a behavioral activation, in which one schedules enjoyable activities that provide a sense of mastery or accomplishment, may help alleviate some of these uh, activities effects which is being bothering him. So by scheduling some enjoyable activities, a sense of mastery and accomplishment always helps him to come out of it, to overcome from those obstacles. Yeah, the next slide, sir. It's very interesting. Can procrastinators have a successful relationship with non-procrastinators? Amma Satyama kadayadu. Yes, we call it in Tamil. Definitely, the conflict is almost inevitable. Yes, see, the picture says the instant gratification monkey is not letting us to be self-disciplined or abiding whatever we planned on the previous day or previous hour, whatever it is. But there will be a huge clash. But when a procrastinator enters into a relationship with a non-procrastinator, a conflict is inevitable. In each places a very different value on their time, believes their approach is superior. They have different values in time. They have a specific definition, a particular definition about the time. He debates on his perspective. She debates on her perspective. And they always thinks their approach is superior and struggles to understand others' motivation. As with any other conflict, the one thing we have to do is stepping back, considering others' perspective is also important, and finding a way to accept it. The one important thing, if we do it, can help keep a couple together forever in life. But it's a very difficult practice. But still, if we work on it systematically, the clear conversation and open mindset will help to attain this stage definitely. Next, sir. Yeah, how to overcome procrastination? Okay, overcome procrastination. The most important thing is change the mindset. How to change the mindset? If you want to change the mindset, what we have to do? When people procrastinate, the present self benefits by avoiding unpleasant. A present self benefits by avoiding the unpleasant work, but the future self pays the price in stress or punishment. Right? So, developing an empathy for future self will definitely help. A present self versus future self. A present self is avoiding the task and putting a pressure on the future self. If we develop empathy on the future self, that future self has to face it not now but later. Ultimately, you are the one. So just imagine the future self as your close friend. Don't put your close friend in a very critical situation. But most of us are less willing to secure our good friend, the close friend, from the trap. So that has to be addressed. So the mind is empathize with future self is one of the first steps that we have to do to beat the procrastination. Next, sir. Yeah. Before getting into it, I just want to quote a few studies related to procrastination. One is Kushia Siro, Bishop University in Canada, show that people who procrastinate have higher level of stress and lower well-being because the brain keeps nagging them. Postponing tasks is an unconscious way the mind tries to take away the anxiety of, can I do it perfectly or not? Or will my boss like this outcome or not? Many people say, if I don't try, I can't fail. If I don't try, I can't fail. So that kind of a mindset has been created most of an individual. So there is a paradox. Avoidance of pressure amplifies the pressure. Avoidance of pressure actually amplifies the pressure. Yes? The closer we get to the deadline, the more distressed and paralyzed we feel. So, all these things are a self-experience. Why I chose this topic? Not only me, each and every one of us, being procrastinators, some part of life, in past life, in present life, or always being the procrastinators, or some procrastinators, sometimes we will be the well organizers, right? So, I personally experienced all these things. From the bird eye view, if we want to look at, it's a short term of a mood repair. For that instance, we have to move away from it. It's brain's emotional response to a distressing issue, protecting us against the fear of failure, judgment by others, or self-condemnation within. So the point is, so all the research studies, I don't know, our Indian research, I searched it, we couldn't able to find. As psychology, we have a big drawback is we couldn't able to find researchers in Indian context. It's a drawback, but sooner, Dr. Suresh Kumar sir, who take an initiative like running the huge webinar towards a record breaking, but we are also working on mental health department to enhance the department, to create an awareness, doing research on it. In future, we also get samples from our society, from our culture people, which will help us for more clarity towards the topic, at the same time to enhance the field, to ultimately bring the holistic well-being to the society. Okay, so now, steps to get rid of procrastination. Break things down. Yeah, break things down is something, taking a small measurable steps that are easy and doable, which reduces the procrastination. Rather taking the big steps starting from a small scratch, starting from the small steps always helps us. We have to trick our emotional brain, because one step at a time is always helps us to move forward in life. Always prevent us from feeling overwhelmed from the task. Even the studies shows that if we take the first small step, we realize the task isn't as challenging or difficult as our emotional brain told us during we are avoiding the task. So this change of perception always helps us to overcome the procrastination. The next one is commit to short time chunks. Commit to short time chunks. I recommend a 5 minutes approach to the task. Most of us are thinking about the entire project. Oh my God, so much to do. I can't do it. So rather thinking on the huge thing, the entire thing, we never start doing it. Rather, approaching a 5 minute, okay, I will allocate my 5 minutes for this, I will work on this. If we put it like that, that 5 minutes will be elongated for longer period of time in future. Yes, most of us, most success people, biography says the same. So, for example, you want to start an assignment or do some review of literature, sitting in front of the computer and starting itself is a good start. Accomplish it. Then create a mindset. Start working on it. So all those things will help us. Then amp up the self-compassion. All know there is a self-compassion and success is directly linked. Yes, coming down hard on ourselves when we procrastinate reduces our chances of rebounding. So go for the next slide, sir. Yeah, thank you so much. So when coming down hard on our compassions, on our activities, what we are doing it. But the point is, we should not give up on ourselves. Like if we kick ourselves towards when we procrastinate, there is higher chances of we will bounce back quicker than before. So the compassion matters a lot. There is a research of a survey of 119 students from Carleton University in Ottawa. They published and they found that students who forgave themselves after procrastinating on the first midterm exam were less likely to delay for the second one. When we talk ourselves, when we have a pep talk or some positive affirmation, that definitely helps us to elevate towards moving towards the targeted one for sure. So, some amount of self-compassion we have to cultivate within ourselves. Okay, sir. Next, curb your perfectionism. Curb our perfectionism. As I told you earlier, most of the procrastinators are perfectionists. They think they have to do it perfect. Vacha kudumi saracha mutta. In Tamil, there is a very it's a very famous proverb. Vacha kudumi, it's not a proverb, it's a saying. Otherwise, people will come for fight. Right? So, that kind of a perfectionism is not allowing us to do something. The inner voice will say, do you think it will be perfect? It will say, it will stand in your standard or not. So that is not letting us to do it. Yes. So if we are less likely to procrastinate, if our goals are doable, the point is starting, trying, get into it, then we look after it. That's a kind of an attitude that we have to create within ourselves. The point is, so if we give permission for ourselves to do an imperfect first, okay, I'm ready. Imperfect draft, I'm I'm ready for it. Whatever happened, I'm ready to face it. In writer's world, they will call it as, literary world, they will call it as a shitty first draft. This tool they will use to get into to unblock their shell, and then they have to perform it. They have to do a pilot study first. Then the point is, what our emotion brain is not let us to do it. The surprising part is, it will come more than what we expected. Yes, we thought it would be like this, but that would be an amazing material or project that we have done. But later, if something not happened, don't worry about it. We have got a preamble of ideas on how to do it. What are all the things that we have to do it? So that is what Thomas Alva Edison also did. He said, 1,008 times I have not failed. I have learned what are all the ways that will corrupt, that will not let me to make a bulb. So that kind of an attitude. Yes. So that always helps us. Same time, the next is chill our fault finder. Most of us are fault finders, blaming ourselves that I'm this, I'm that. The point is, we are using certain words for it. Like, I must do this, I should do this, I have to do this, I ought to do this. These oppressive words create a pressure within us, not let us to do what we really want to do. Right? The famous renowned psychologist Albert Ellis said, he dubbed it masturbation. Masturbation. I must do it. I must do that. I should get that promotion. I have to do that work. So instead of using that kind of word, use a supportive comfort words like I can, I get to, I want to, I choose to. When words like must, should, have to is coming into our mind, we have to relax ourselves, the great compassion, then we have to remind it that I'm the one who going to choose. If you do it like this, definitely you will feel very calm, you feel very relaxed, that silence automatically happen, the quality will always increase. Okay, yeah, avoid labeling oneself. This behavior is always happening. Yes, when we call ourselves a procrastinator, we claim ourselves. We call it as an heritage from our family. Everyone is like this. We always do that, but that is not recommendable. You should not encourage that kind of an activity, that kind of a behavior to yourself, because if we think that we are a procrastinator, some unspoken permission that we are giving to it, that then later we start believing that I am a procrastinator, I can't come out of it. So think your procrastinator as a part of you, not as you. Learn to think that you are just an aspect of you, not as you. So that clarity should be there. Rather, don't think you are a problematic person. Just think I'm a person with problem. Something sticking there. Easily they can take away from us. So avoid labeling oneself is most important aspect to overcome the behavior called procrastination. Okay, sir. Next. Set priorities. Because of set priorities, we have to reward ourselves. Rewarding oneself is very important. Our brain is hardwired with seek pleasure and avoid pain. If we, like most people, right, our brain loves the reward. Definitely, if we done a small portion of work, if we done a small portion of work, definitely we have to tap ourselves or a small thing, having a chocolate or looking a small video and coming back for it, or just go for a walk and have a break coming back. It depends on the person, whatever interests them. At later, after finishing of the entire project, keep something in your mind. If I do this, I will go and enjoy the most pleasant activity that ever I want to get in my life. So this approach raises motivation to get something done so we can enjoy one of our favorite activities. For example, some television shows or some recreational activities or blah blah blah, etc. Setting priorities. Yeah, we know it. What has to be done first? What is essential? What is non-essential? So we have to be very clear in it and start from doing a easy one first, which will gain confidence and create a mindset to do the work, create a mood to work continuously. Then we can slowly work on, and systematically the burden will get easier, right? So the next thing is set lifelines instead of deadlines. The perception always matters a lot. The nomenclature also matters a lot. Shut up. If I say shut up, it's very rude, right? Can you be please silent? If I say this, obviously somehow the approach is different, the meaning is same. So rather keeping the words like deadlines, set a lifelines instead of deadlines. Because when we set lifelines, don't over schedule. We have a time cushion, like we have time to breathe. We eat snacks for ourselves for a time. We can go for a walk. We can come back, right? Then we'll go and roam around. We'll come back. So not pushing ourselves, not pressuring ourselves to the crisis, to the very critical thing. Rather, being in a very comfort zone and doing thing as it is. So setting lifelines is very important, rather deadlines. So change the perception, use the different word, find the positive emotions, and then you can also avoid the whooshing sound and sick feeling. I'm lacking, I'm behind. So all these things will go off to set lifelines instead of deadlines. So the last to beat the procrastination is consider long-term benefits. Concentrate and focus on long-term benefits. Yes, I, I keep the alarm previous day night. I want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. When alarm rings, automatically it will go to snooze 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, so somehow we convince ourselves, we the person who decided on the previous day night, but the next day morning we are adjusting ourselves, compromising ourselves, the decision what we made on the previous day night. So it's a kind of a danger that we are not aware at that moment. Later we will definitely experience it. So when we doing, if I stop now, I feel happy, I feel relief. But if I do it, if I complete it, how it feels, that would be great, no? That will be so, that kind of an awesome feeling I will definitely get, no? So that kind of a self-talk. So if I need a short-term or time-being happiness, or I need a long-term happiness, am I preferring a temporary relief, or am I focusing on a permanent happiness? So the choice is ours. If we consider the long-term goal, a long-term benefits, definitely we will come out of it, and then we have a disciplined life, and then which paves a way to reach the fruitful destination for the victory. Yeah, these are all some of the GIF. Sleeping is my superpower. Most of us procrastinates, we won't compromise with our sleep, because that's a huge ultimate happiness. The most of us have personally, I have. So that is why I mentioned it over there, and then we keep on snoozing it. 2, 3 funny GIF are here. I just kept it for the reference. The next, my favorite myself. Yeah, a burning calorie. Irony, right? Eating something, then burning something. It's a paradox. So somehow we have to be. It's all about. Rather, some of us, if we change the daily routine lifestyle, if we are following all this, break things down and come all this aspect, it will definitely help us. The point is, if we are not good able to work out, if we want a therapeutic help, CBT will work out to overcome this procrastination, a chronic procrastination thing. Yeah, cognitive behavior therapy will help to overcome this tapping behavior, which is being the speed breaker, which is being a success stopper for most of us. If we are coming out of, if we release ourselves from this behavior, definitely we can go where we want for sure. Thank you so much.
Am I audible?
Aksaya?
Yes, sir. Am I
Yeah.
audible, sir?
Hear you, Akshaya.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nizam, it was indeed a wonderful presentation, a lot of informations, and also it's like very relatable to us. And I'm personally very happy to attend your session after a really long time. A great orator, now that doing a very great job in the field of psychology. I'm happy that I could attend your session after a long period of.
Very good session, Nizam. This is Ananya. Thank you for a wonderful session.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
That's our
Thank
first.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's Ananya.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nizam, for joining us today. And there are a few questions in the chat box. Probably I will read it for you. You can go with the question and answer session. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, there is a question from Anusha Kannan. She has asked, "Sir, why talkative is there in the list?"
Which list?
I guess it was in the PPT that was shown. Anusha ma'am, if
Yeah.
possible, kindly unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Anusha Kannan.
Okay, she's not able to unmute, sir. Sorry, sir, kindly allow the person
No.
to unmute.
Yeah, now she can able to unmute her. Can you please ask her to try?
It was, yes, Anusha ma'am, kindly try it now. You'll be able to unmute.
Yes, ma'am, I'm able to. Sir, I just found that in the list of the labels that you had put, like shy, lazy, talkative, while labeling ourselves about procrastination, it was there in the list. Like, I mean, I saw that word. So I just wanted to know if there is any connection between procrastination and being talkative.
No, actually, there is no word talkative in my slide. I'm sure. Where you have seen it? Which slide?
Sir, actually, it was there in the labels.
Label.
Labels, yes, sir. It was showing like shy, lazy,
GIF.
talkative.
You mean GIF?
It was not a GIF, sir. Actually, it was a picture. When you were discussing about. No, sir. I just had it out. Like. I had a doubt, like if procrastination is, I mean, like anyway related with being talkative. The label of being talkative, is that anywhere connected with the thing procrastination?
No, the point is a procrastinator is good in giving reasons, right? The point is they will be the most of the perfectionist people who do the best work. They will justify why they haven't done the work and on time. Obviously, they may be talkative.
Okay, fine, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anusha ma'am, for the question. Thank you. There is a question from C. Can you provide examples of lifelines versus deadlines? Can you provide examples of lifelines versus
Okay.
deadlines?
Lifelines versus deadlines. Lifelines with deadlines is, according to me, it's a perception. It's a deadline. If I'm not done, that's it. The lifeline is an opportunity. Looking as an opportunity, at the same time looking to, I have to done it. Otherwise, they will screw me. Okay. To keep the deadlines, someone will attack me, someone will tell me something. I'm doing work for my happiness, for my upliftment. That is setting a lifeline. So that is why I said a kind of a person, kind of a mindset. That the term we are using for ourselves that also help us to come out from these kind of self-sabotage. Yeah. Next question. Is it clear?
Thank you. I hope so, yes. Thank you for the wonderful explanation. There is a question from Saradhi. Sir, is procrastination a mental illness?
Procrastination is not a mental illness. Procrastination is a maladaptive lifestyle. It's not a diagnosis. It's a kind of depressive. It's a kind of a symptoms that we are not being serious on what we are doing. So it is not a mental illness. That's a different story.
Thank you for beautifully explaining that. There is a comment for you from Dr. Sama. She has said, thank you, Nizam, for the useful information provided and presented in an excellent manner. It's indeed very helpful. And
Okay.
there is a question from Swati. How to overcome fatigue, sir, and how procrastination causes insomnia?
How to overcome fatigue, sir? How procrastination causes? So obviously, the kind of a thing, fatigue is something that overcome fatigue is the point is, I think if they attend the yesterday's session, food is fuel, not therapy. Food plays a major role in taking care of the supplying the nutrition in an appropriate way to the different part of the body. Fine. So concentrating on the food and concentrating on physical fitness and concentrating on mindfulness, rather concentrating more on negative aspect, focusing or converting our attention towards the positive aspect matters a lot. So fatigue is something, it's body tiredness or lacking of energy is due to uh, less consumption of food or over consumption of food. So that is the thing. So concentrating on food and physical fitness helps you to overcome the fatigue. So procrastination causes insomnia. Yeah, obviously. So it is uh, being disruptive. It's being difficult in whatever we are doing in our everyday life. Not able to reach out what we want to reach at the time. Not only the external factors, also biological factors, because our emotions being anxious, being always fearful, what will happen next? What will happen next? Obviously, the sleeplessness will obviously create. You are keenly working towards a specific thought. Uh, when they're gonna catch up me? When they're gonna screw me? How I will gonna react when they will ask me why I haven't done it. So some of the people have some tendency that will lead to insomnia, also hypertension, cardiovascular diseases. So when we are not following an appropriate lifestyle, obviously the negative aspect will happen for sure. That's the nature. Clear?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the explanation. And there is one another question. Sir, at the beginning, you mentioned there are levels of procrastination. Habitual procrastinations and mild procrastinations. Please give some criteria to understand the levels.
The level of procrastination. Procrastination is, I said it's not the level of procrastination. I said different researchers have a different opinion on procrastination. There are some procrastinators. For example, if a student procrastinates, he obviously get lower grades in his academic performance. If a worker or a labor procrastinates, obviously the low quality of work will be the outcome. So habitual procrastinators is someone, most of the habitual procrastinators procrastinates because of their emotions, because of their unhealthy coping mechanism, a fear of anxiety, a fear of perfectionism. If I not do it, I will get a bad name. So that kind of a procrastinators or habitual procrastination are sometimes, as I said, everyone procrastinates, but not everyone is a procrastinator. So the level is not a procrastination. People who are taking it, there is a type of procrastination that I said are thrill seekers, avoiders, and indecisive people. But not there is a level of procrastination. Habitual and mild procrastination is someone who keep on working on it based on the emotion they are withdrawing or putting off the task. I hope your answer.
Yes, sir. So it was very clear, and we are getting feedbacks like your answers are kind of very understandable. Thank you so much. Due to time constraint, we will be closing up with the session now. If you have any more questions, you can mail us to the mywebinarfeedback@gmail.com. For sure, we will send the queries to the resource person and will answer it for us. Thank you so much, participants, for patiently listening, and also thank you so much. Now I request Dr. Suresh Kumar sir to deliver the vote of thanks for the session.
Thank you, Akshaya. And earlier I had an opportunity to listen both Kalki and Nizam. I can say there is an improvement in English language presentation. The component which I have said is you internalize the concept, and I cannot see that so many informations in each slide, and you deliver based on your experiences, and I can see there is an elevation, from one level to next level. So that I can see. Earlier I was the same kind of presentation when you met with another forum. I was there as a participant. I can see there is a change. That's one thing I would like to make here. The first comment. Second one is about the sequencing of the content. It is really amazing. And very rarely I can find aesthetic sense in presentation. Very rarely. There are many experts, they are very good in presentation, but they cannot be aesthetic. But I wonder, I think you spend some quality time for preparing the presentation. It's really amazing, that second appreciation for that. Sometime I received a call in between. That's why I couldn't move that. I tried to move the cursor. I couldn't do that. I can see you are more passionate to explain that. Managing the time. That's very important. That's another, the presence of mind. Very amazing, Nizam. And on behalf of the core team members and associating institutions, I record my sincere gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and delivering one of the wonderful topic on mental health related component procrastination. Even I had, when you present, I internalized, okay, I checked whether I had, yes, I have. So I try to come out from that with that technique which I mentioned here. Thank you so much for wonderful presentation. And I also thank all the participants and the core team members for supporting from day one onwards. Thank you all. We'll meet with another session on tomorrow. Thank you. Yes.
So thank you so much for Dr. Suresh Kumar sir So whatever in my profile, they have said the headmaster is Indian Coast Guard and 104 helpline counseling. All those opportunities are given by Dr. Suresh Kumar sir during from my college days. So it's a great pleasure. It's a great privilege for me to be here. Actually, the one thing is, sir asked me initially when he started itself. I procrastinated, then I am doing now. So the topic is coming, the behavior also same. So thank you so much for your patient listening. Thanks a lot for all the participants who were here. Thank you so much.
Thank
The
you.
entire team of Mental Health Series.
Thank you, Nizam. Thank you so much.